Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Harvest Moon 64. I am MegaFreak400, and last time, we did some stuff. Actually, we bought a cow. That was probably, well, no, wait. That was a while ago. What did we do last time? We did stuff. Yeah. We did stuff, nothing really, like, super major, I don't think. And if we did, well, you watched the last video, I would hope, so you would know what we did. I don't know what we did because I have a horrible memory and I can't remember things that happened like 2 seconds ago. But anyway, got some grass so we can get some more fodder for our cow. Yeah, grass is actually a good thing to grow. And you have plenty of field space, so it's not like... Plus, if you have something growing, you won't have any weeds grow, and weeds just don't look all that pretty. Though dandelions are like the example of a weed that actually does look pretty. To an extent. I like the ones... I don't really like dandelions in terms of, like, they're kind of disgusting. They're cool to blow, but they're kind of like, not really disgusting, but they're kind of like, eh. But when they're not in their puffy form, I don't know, I kind of, when they're just, like, growing over a field, they're kind of cool. When from far away, they look like little pretty flowers, you know, not really littering is kind of a, and not really the word I want to use, but, you know, grazing over the landscape. However, when they're in certain, like, big blotches together and you just have this big yellow blotch, that's not that pretty. I guess really you don't need dandelion, just flowers in general over a field is pretty. The hills are alive with the sound of music. And yeah. So yeah, it's useful, as I mentioned before, to stick your tomatoes in this box. This box is, because time stops while you're in a building, and therefore you don't waste time. So usually what I'll do is I'll grab my vegetables, go in here, do my cow things, and then leave with my, you know, have so much in my bag, put them in here, deal with SM, brush SM, talk to SM, feed SM, and then walk out, grab some more tomatoes, then go into the chicken coop, feed Guy and his kin, and then walk out of there, or vice versa. And then water them. Though I think I'll start, or to an extent, leaving watering to the end, because really, watering takes to the last thing to do. Because at least at the moment, watering does take quite a while. Now, when we get the golden watering can, watering plants will like take no time at all. So it really doesn't matter when you water them, because it's just really easy when you have the golden watering can. Which hopefully we'll get somewhat soon. I mean, we got the silver one at the beginning of summer, so hopefully we'll get the golden one soon enough. I mean, granted, I could just abuse it and just use it over and over again until I get it. But I guess my thing is, I kind of want to play this game legit. I mean, I know I did with the hammer, but the thing with the hammer was, it was a hammer. I mean, the hammer is, you barely use the hammer all that much, and I broke most of the rocks. I mean, I could have used it for the remainder of the rocks I had, or have, rather, because I haven't got rid of them. Yeah, and now we're in a new view. Oh, crap. Start freaking out, we're in a different perspective. But yeah, Golden Watering Can is really quite useful. I do want to play, not really, I guess, yeah, more legit in a way, to run it yourself as opposed to just cheating to get it. Anyway, Swimming Festival, everyone is nude. Well, not really nude, they're in swimming trunks. Except for Harris is in his, like, one of those, what, like, early 20s, full body swimsuits. Kind of old-fashioned. And the winner gets Patamon, which is all, when I was young, that's what I thought it looked like. But it's Invincible Katori. I will talk about that after we finish the race. But for the race, basically you do this every summer. If you win this race, you get that. Next year, I think maybe it's lumber, but you get something else. But yeah, basically all you have to do to win the race is press A. Button mash A. And also, I think it's press A button rapidly and with the proper timing. I'm not sure if that really matters, but I don't know. I don't think it's just rapidly pressing A. I kind of like stop it sometimes when to do this. That works pretty well. But yeah, this isn't too bad. I like how, like, I think, yeah, all the rivals are the ones you're swimming with, because Kai, 1, 2, 3, yeah, all of them. Cliff, Gray, Kai, Harris, and the Master Baker, they're all rivals for the girls. So that's kind of interesting that the people you're competing with are all rivals. Give me a head start or something. I'm so much older than you. Then why are you competing? This feels great. This is fun. So yeah, we won, and we win the Invincible Katori. What the Invincible Katori supposedly does, there's a rumor that I think I mentioned this, but I'll say again, supposedly it prevents typhoons, or lessens typhoons. I think I mentioned this, but I'll say it again, because in case you didn't remember. And here's the photographer. He only appears on certain occasions, and he's pretty fancy looking. But yeah, whenever you do certain events, you'll get a picture, and there is a way to fill up your photo album, and to basically beat the game of sorts, or kind of beat the game. Getting all the photos in your photo album is like one of the you start with your grandpa picture. That's the one that starts. But getting like all the pictures in your photo album is the way kind of to fully beat the game. One of the pictures requires you like having like a perfect game of sorts. I'm not going for that because it's really kind of tedious to go for. But yeah, getting the photos are kind of a pretty important part of getting 100%. And they're also an important part of a complete breakfast. But, ooh, corn. Love corn. And Ann likes corn. But also corn equals money. But yeah, the Invincible Katori, or Invincible Katori, basically it supposedly lessens the likelihood of typhoons. There's no I don't think anything's proven on this to my knowledge, but, I don't know, either that or it's just useless. Which it could be just useless. But you will get kind of like some of those just decor for your house. They don't really do much, or just are just there, which are nice to have. It spices up your house a bit. But yeah, with corn now, we'll probably get quite a bit of money from selling this corn. Granted, we still have to. I do want to give some to Ann because I know Ann does like corn. She likes things you grow. She likes eggs. She likes your puppy. He better be making babies. That puppy needs to make some babies. So yeah, anyway, let's go throw some corn in this bin. So curious as to where the vegetables go, like where they're being sold. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but like, is the corn being used, you know, is tomatoes being, I was gonna say the bakery, but you don't use really, I guess, cornmeal maybe? I don't know. Don't really use tomatoes in baking things, though. Cleanser, though. You do use cleanser in baking things. It's the most important part of baking things is cleanser. Feed the cow, feed the cow. Pet the cow. Lick the cow. No. That reference is... Technically, that reference is from... Two Things. What was with cartoons and making licking references, or licking statements? But yeah, it's technically from SpongeBob and also Clone High that you could use it from. In SpongeBob, it's I must be the marble, I must lick the marble, date the marble, all that from the art episode. And then for Clone High, it's on the ADD episode, which is lick or lick the book, and he's just making dumb statements like plastic bag, plastic bag. That show is really underrated. I've said before, I mentioned it before. It's a really underrated show. It was made by the creators, or it was made by the people some of the creators of Scrubs. It's quite funny. It only had one season. It's pretty creative. I wouldn't mind seeing more of it, but honestly, though, at the same time, I don't know how. I almost feel like one season is enough because if the problem with sequels, I guess, is so many companies want to make money, so they push for a sequel, and the sequel never is as or continuing seasons that are never as good. Like The Simpsons, for example, as great as it is, I do think it's been going on for quite a while, and I mean, it has been going on for quite a while. And while for being gone on for that long, I think it's still pretty good. You know, everything must come to an end at some point. As much as people are like, well, I really like this, I want to see more of it, you know, sometimes it's better just to say, okay, that's enough. I'm going to enjoy what I have and not ask for more. Sir, can I have some more? But, it's kind of like with, You know, I mean, it's not bad to have sequels, you know, but I guess my thing is, our society, you know, companies are willing to promote series and franchises and stuff like that because they sell. But at the same time, though, like, single games are great. And it almost seems like they're kind of looked down upon, single games. You know, it's like if they're not in a franchise, they're not nearly as well known. And, you know, like Psychonauts, for example. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel for that either, but, like, that's just, you know, a single game that's great, but it's not really all that well known. And, you know, we'll get a souvenir picture. I don't know if we get it now or later, but we do get a souvenir picture. It might be already at this point we get it. And here you go, Harris. Have a flower. Check the mailbox every day. There are leaflets from the shops. Yeah, not really anything great in the mailbox, but, you know, it is good to check mail. I like getting mail, personally. I mean, I know I have email, but just getting mail is kind of cool. Getting packages, getting letters, I like it. I don't know why. It's nice to be, I guess because as much as I don't want to be obsessed with material possessions, I like touching, like, that's probably gonna sound wrong, but I like touching, I like touching boxes or something, no, but, I don't know, it's nice to get, the feeling of getting something is a cool feeling, even if it's just taxes or some kind of bill. Well, okay, I guess not that, but like, junk mail, I guess, to an extent. I like junk mail, just for a brief fleeting moment, it's like, ooh, junk mail, but, what do you want? Animals, asked my father. So you can see he's warming up to you a little bit. So yeah, we are becoming friends with Gray. I think his name is Gray. Gray is kind of a weird name. I think it's Gray as in G-R-E-Y, not the color gray. But, he's kind of an odd fellow. And let's buy some cakes so we can go give them off as presents. Plus, the more cakes we buy, the more we'll get on our cake card. And then at the end of the year, we'll be able to win maybe something from the lottery. Which would be good. And let's go see... Ah, Rick's close. That sucks. Oh, we'll see him eventually. Yeah, summer's actually winding down. We have our last festival. We only have a few more days of summer. Hopefully we'll be able to get another, you know, well, not really crop, but another thing of corn to sell so we can get more money off of that. I do wish I would have planted the corn earlier because I think I would have got 3 instead of, at the most, I'm going to get 2. But the tomatoes have been pretty good, though. They've been giving me quite a bit of money. And yes, we got money from that shipment, and probably quite a bit. I think at the beginning we had, like, what, I think it was 4,000 at the beginning of today. And let's see what I have at the end of the day. Maybe. Well, let's finish watering these plants first, actually. Go, watering plants. Do. That didn't really make sense. Do. Watering plants. Gotta go and water this corn. Ooh, it's getting dark. That's not good. I guess it's not bad necessarily, but anyway. So yeah, oh, 7,000. So yeah, we went up like what, 3,000 from that corn and tomatoes. That's pretty good. In 1 day's time, that's pretty good. And you know what? I think I have enough money. I think I'm gonna go buy a sheep at some point too, when I have time. Since I might as well just get all my animals, and getting a sheep is, I mean, cows are definitely somewhat more useful, though I think at the beginning sheep will be a little bit more useful because cows, their milk needs to slowly get better and better, and sheep, yeah, cows produce it every day. I think though if I buy a sheep now, it still will. I don't know if the sheep, like how long it takes for the sheep to produce wool, because I think like at the beginning the sheep is maybe it takes a week for the sheep to grow wool. I know the cow definitely takes a season. I'm pretty sure at least. Maybe for the sheep it takes, you know, Because I don't think you start off with the sheep being ready to shear, so I'm not sure if you have to wait a season for the sheep too, or if the sheep will just, after a week, you'll be able to shear it. But definitely every week you can shear your sheep. Which is, you know, not all that great. I mean, you have 4 weeks per month, that's 4 wools. Cow is definitely better because it gets 1 per day. But I guess the sheep is not that much different than vegetables in that sense, because vegetables aren't every day. At least I don't believe they're not miracle vegetables. Miracle Grow. Chia Pet. Chia Pet, the most useless thing in the world. And the fact that they marketed it as a toy. What kid is going to be like, go to their mother and be like, though I guess then again, there probably is kids who would do that, but for the most part, Mom, for Christmas, I want a Chia Pet. I guess I shouldn't mock it though, because I thought back in the day I thought it was cool too. I was like, ooh, I can grow hair on a sheep. But I don't know, something about Chia Pets just was kind of, you know, was like, ooh, a Chia Pet. I like that. There was a lot of dumb things in the 90s though, like Furby. Furby was like the king of dumb things in the 90s. And they would never shut up either. Even when the batteries were out, they would still talk. They were like possessed. Anyway, let's go buy a sheep. If you didn't notice, there's also something new in the shop. That's a miracle potion. Miracle potions can be used on a cow to impregnate it. You can't birth a sheep, but cows, chickens of course you can, but cows you can have a cow be born. Sheep you have to buy. End of story. Sheep can't have babies. Cows can have babies. And when a cow is pregnant, it will, like, there's 3 different types. I said about the milk in terms of like small, medium, large, golden milk. If a cow is pregnant, it will go down. So if it was producing large milk, it will now produce medium milk. And then, so yeah, the cow is less useful when it's giving milk. So I probably won't be impregnating any. I will do it probably at some point just to show it off. But I want to get at least another cow so I have a backup. Then again, I guess, I don't know, it varies. I think it takes longer overall, though, to raise your baby cow, because you have to first impregnate the cow, have the cow be born, and then you have to raise it up. So I think it almost takes longer that way than it does with, you know, just buying a cow straight up from the Green Ranch. But, it's still kind of cool to do. It's not really all that practical. It's definitely more practical to do it with, the, chickens. Because with chickens, it doesn't take all that long to grow them. Well, I guess if you buy a chicken, you buy a chicken and it automatically can produce eggs. But at the same time, you don't have to. The eggs the chickens produce don't give you that much money, and you don't have to pay any money for the chickens. So, in that sense, in the long run, it's probably better just to have chickens be born. Plus, who else can say that their chickens were all born we're all the sons of Gaia? What do you want? What do you like to play? And he won't talk about Ant, but he is warming up to us. He likes us. He's our friend. Friends help friends. Friendly friends. Keep it in the shack, name it, and care for it. So, what shall I name my sheep? I shall name my sheep Shod. No, I shall name my sheep Slim Kirby the sheep. Sadly enough, though, he has a room next to Shadow Mario 41, unfortunately. But he's a sheep. So let's go say hi to our new sheep. Hello, sheep. I like the way the sheep sound. Bah. I mean, the cows sound cool too, but I don't know, something about the sheep I just for some reason like the sound of the hills are alive with the sound of buying. That song is so easily, like, I don't know, for whatever reason that's easy to just burst out in a song and use that as a reference. Like, the hills are alive with the sound of cake. Something dumb like that. I know the funniest use of it was, we were watching Mulan, my friends and I, and at some point, and it was an all-nighter, so we were all tired, and at some point when they were, Mushu says, the Huns are alive, and then he goes, with the sound of music. But, yeah, it references. I'd almost make the claim that references are kind of the lowest form of humor because they're easy to make. I know people say puns are the lowest form of humor, but they're still fun to use, references. But they're definitely easy to use too, because anyone can make a reference. But not everyone can make a good use of a reference. Sometimes people just will use a reference and be like, oh, that's good enough. But the ones who are really masters of comedy, and I'm not that kind of person, I'm not that funny, honestly, at least in my opinion, but can use a reference really well and make it be really funny, as opposed to just referencing it. And sometimes, honestly, accidental humor is probably the most funny, when you're not really trying to be funny, and yet you are. But anyway, we're almost out of time. Or rather, we are out of time. So next time, we'll be doing more fun stuff in Farmland. So I am Maker400, I'm reminding you, the hills are alive.